Now look at this.
What's up about penguins? Here we do topic 7.12, variations in population. So what is genetic diversity? Genetic diversity has to do with that it's the different inherited traits that you have within a species. So the more genetic diversity there is, the more the species is able to adapt and survive when there are changes in the environment. So having little genetic diversity can put the population at risk for a decline or the species at risk for extinction. Why? Because if you have a large range of different alleles and the population changes, then there's going to be an available allele, or theoretically there's an available allele, that would allow the population to survive that environmental change. So let's use a real-world example of this. The bubonic plague that was responsible for Black Death pandemic that killed estimated 30% of Europe's population between 1346 and 1352. Go with me for a second. And then also there was a Great Plague in 1665 to 1666 that killed 15 to 20% of Europe's population. Both of the individuals that were able to survive in these cases, they had a specific allele. So due to this allele and having this genetic diversity, the European human population was able to survive the plagues. And so every single time we keep seeing individuals that are able to survive. Fun fact, this same allele is what allows some individuals to be resistant to HIV. So just because an allele is helpful in one environment, does that mean it's always going to be helpful? Well, no. Just because the allele is favorable in one environment does not mean it's going to be favorable in another environment. All the environments are different, and so of course those alleles are going to provide different favorability in these different environments. So an example of this, I'm sure you've done the HHMI rock pocket activity. If there is a light environment and a dark environment, and you're light colored fur, you're going to be able to survive in the light area. Versus if you have dark colored fur, you're going to be able to survive in the dark substrate. So based on the allele that you have in your environment, there's going to be different favorability. AP Bio Pens just says, bye y'all.